All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. Yeah, it's time to talk about it again. The S25 Edge. I chose to take this particular device with me to shoot all of the footage for the Samsung Galaxy event. The Unpacked event was all covered. Everything was recorded with this particular phone. And I got to tell you, I'm impressed. Sometimes people will say that specs on a phone can dictate certain things. I don't believe that the specs are always going to show the highest peak performance of a device. And in this situation, the Edge just showed and proved that it was actually a really good phone to take. So typically, when I go to some kind of event, I'll have a camera with me. But I just didn't feel the need to do it this time. I was confident that the Edge would do well with it. And here I am about 45 days later following up. And I got to tell you, the phone is still impressive. Now, since I was at the Unpacked event and I was using this phone for everything, I pretty much just charged it every night. I didn't really care what the battery life was at the end of the day. I just plugged it on the charger once I hit the hotel, and I just started with 100% every day. And I'm saying that because the phone would last all day. It literally didn't die all day. I mean, there was a couple days where I was gone from the morning all the way to the evening time, getting in no later than maybe 8 or so, but still starting the morning really early at 6 and then closing out the day at 8. And I still would end with about 30 to 50% left. Now, on the days that I was doing a lot of shooting, the battery would drain a lot faster. If you want to drain a phone, you just turn on the camera and shoot in 4K 60 or 8K, and you are going to kill that battery pretty quickly. But on the first morning there, we went to do the shoot for it. So I pretty much started that day off with about 98% by the time I got to the event. I started with 100, but by the time I got to the event, it was like 98%. And I started shooting everything for at least 2 hours straight. And by the time I ended with all the footage, I was from 98% in 2 hours down to 56%. Now, there's a lot of footage that you didn't see. I didn't post it to the internet or put it online at all because it was just me shooting a whole bunch to get all the angles and stuff that I needed. But essentially, in 2 hours, I was able to get the phone down from 98% to 56%. And you're going to say, whoa, that drained fast. Well, again, if you want to really test out a battery on a phone, you open up that camera and start shooting at some of the highest resolutions, and it is going to drain fast. I know this because I use the phones for everything, and it pretty much, those are the only times where the battery depleted quicker than normal. But even so, on that day, I was able to make it through the rest of the day. I didn't charge until the evening time when I turned in for the night at the hotel. So battery life, I started there because a lot of people feel like the battery life on this phone is just no good. And I beg to differ. I think all these phones should be able to make it through at least a full work day. And that's what you should be shooting for. People continuously talk about the price and how it's not worth it on any phone that comes out. But at the end of the day, your usage on battery is going to depend on you. However you use your phone, that's going to dictate how much battery life you get out of it. And in my situation, I do a lot of phone calls and a lot of video recording. I do social media, but not like some people. I just post and get off of it, and that's it. I might scroll through sometimes. We've all been in that situation where we're scrolling through and, we end up just being in this endless loop. But I try to avoid doing that, getting the least amount of screen time as possible and getting out and enjoying myself. So yeah, the battery life on the S25 Edge has proven itself to me to be really good, and it can make it through a work day, a heavy work day at that, and then into the next day if possible. So depending on how you're using it, you're going to get great battery life. This phone only has a 3900 milliampere battery, but it is still a big battery for what it is. Some people are just deterred that it's so thin and everything's packed in there that you might be concerned with some heating issues. Well, all phones heat up when they're pushed to the limit. And the way that I push mine to the limit is with the recordings. But most of the time, it just gets a little warm. And that was the case for this phone. It just got a little warm, but it didn't overheat. And I shot for 2 hours straight. No overheating, nothing. So if you're worried about the battery life on the S25 Edge, my recommendation is I think you'll be okay. And I think you should try it if that's the only thing that's holding you back. Because I've seen some posts where people are saying, well, I just couldn't do it. It just didn't make it through the day. I don't know what they're considering a day, but a day is different to each person. So that's why I always use the terminology work day, because most people's work day is 8 to 10 hours, no more than 12. And I know this phone can do it. So the next thing is the hardware. Man, I got to tell you, the hardware on this thing, it is still mind blowing. Even after almost 2 months, I'm in about 45 days, but even after all this time, it is difficult to put down. I'm actually using it alongside of the brand new Fold 7. It is that impressive. And the crazy part of that, when I was at the event, I don't think I saw anybody else with the Edge. Even the workers that were there was like, whoa, that's the Galaxy S25 Edge. Yeah. And some people wanted to check it out. I was shocked. I was like, whoa, do you guys not use the Edge? I'm not saying I'm the only one that had the Edge there, but I didn't see anybody else with an Edge. And I could see everybody's phones that was at the event, pretty much iPhones, and then Galaxy S25 Ultras, and then a ton of folding devices like this and the newer ones, because, you know, those were the workers that already had them, been using them. But for the most part, iPhones, even with a lot of the workers, they were using iPhones. But I saw several Galaxy S25 Ultras, but not as many folds. There were the older generation folds, the newer flips, the older flips, predominantly, you know, a lot of Samsung phones there to be used by the people, but no edges. And I was surprised and shocked at how many people asked me to see this phone and check it out. So it's impressive. The hardware is absolutely stunning. I don't think you can go wrong with this hardware, not at all. It still feels good. It's only a little bit wider than the Z Fold 7. I've already put up stuff to show you how thin it is, but this is a good looking phone, hands down. And, you know, it's extraordinary what Samsung is doing with the hardware on these products. So you check the box for me on battery. Yeah, it's good on battery. It's really good. And then you check the hardware. It's a step in the direction that I hope Samsung stays with. Meaning, I hope they adapt this style here for the upcoming S lineup. I really do. I hope that the if they're going to call it the S26, I don't know what they're going to call it. If they do, I hope they adopt this style, and then I have to say it, take on the silicon battery technology, because there are going to be people that complain. I don't mean complain in a bad way. I just mean they're gonna voice their opinions about it, and they're gonna be upset on paper that it doesn't have yada yada yada. So the Ultra has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery inside, and if they bring out the new Ultra, the slim version of the Ultra, and it doesn't have a 5,000 milliamp hour battery inside, but it can still get the same type of performance with battery as the thicker version of it, people will still complain more than likely. And give strong opinions about what Samsung should have done. But I get it, folks. I'm not against those people who are wanting a big battery, because you want the most battery that you could possibly get out of a phone. And it's getting tighter these days, because I can see what the direction of the industry is going. And Samsung is trying to lead the charge in the United States. And I applaud them for trying. Do I wish it was a bigger battery in here? Do I wish they would have done the silicon battery technology? Sure, I do. It's inevitable that they're going to have to do it, because this is where the world is going to. OnePlus has definitely proven to me that while their phone isn't the thinnest at the moment, it is definitely great battery with that 6,000 milliamp hour battery inside. And a lot of phones now are stepping up to 6,000 milliamp hour batteries inside. But anyway, hardware wise, I'm loving it. And I don't talk about performance and optimization and stuff much, because it's not really, no phone is really performing bad right now. Like there's not a lot of phones that are performing really, really bad. So that's a topic where it's just Samsung's own software that's easily optimized great. It's phenomenally optimized software. One UI is great. You know, the good part is that, you know, this one ships with 16 and One UI 8. So I'm really hoping that this phone really gets its due, and it gets into the hands of more people, because and it's not for everybody. I'm not saying that you should just run out and buy this because I'm saying it's good. I'm saying that those out there who just can't deal with the battery life, you tried it, you returned it or whatever, I get it. It wasn't for you. but there are more people out there that have gotten this phone now that have it, and they actually enjoy it. So I'm really hoping that Samsung does take this step in the direction for the next part of whatever they're going to consider is the S lineup, whatever the new S lineup is. I hope they take this approach to it, because I think that's just going to be great. So the last thing I want to cover is actually the screen. This is one of the most beautiful displays. Well, it's a Samsung display. So I say that because when I was shooting all the footage and just doing everything with this phone, I was looking at my playback on this stuff. I'm like, man, this is beautiful. I even use this phone to, now I obviously had my laptop with me, but actually use this phone when I was just sitting around to watch movies and things. It was great. No complaints whatsoever. Also, before I end on screen, the internet service on here was phenomenal, man. It was great. I was getting 1 gig up, 1 gig down, and like 3 or 4 up. It was great. 100, that is, and 1 gig down. So internet where I was at was really good in Brooklyn. So, and that's on Visible Wireless. This Fold is on T-Mobile, so it's pretty decent up there, obviously. But yeah, but the screen on this thing, wow factor. It is a Samsung screen, so it's gonna be good. Enough said. So if you still haven't picked up your Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge yet, I highly recommend that you do so. I've shown you how good the cameras are. I'm continuously updating you on the battery from my experience on the battery. And I think you should just, grab it if you're really intrigued by it, because there's a lot of people that are still on the fence about it. Get it. Just get it and get it out of the way. If you don't like it, return it. It's just that simple. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. The Edge. The Edge is the new way that Samsung is going to go. I hope so. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Remember, the link is in the description.